fam, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody had a great Wednesday. Let's do a little DR recap. And yeah, overall, today was actually a pretty simple DR day if you follow the rules, right? Or at least if I would have followed my rules today, it would have been a very simple day. Really only saw one trade that may have gone against us, but potentially it wouldn't have. So let's talk about it. I'll talk about the two trades I took today. It was in my leadership meeting, so I kind of hunting and pecking really quick, trying to jump in and jump out of trades, and so I did a couple of what I call my set and forget trades, all based on DR though, and so the ones I did take there did work out pretty well. Could have been better, but I'll show you why. I mean that because set and forget, you just set it for your take profit and set it for your stop loss and let it play out. So in this case, to take profit, I could have actually moved to take profit to a higher level. My normal take profit is 5 points. Both those trades would have easily been 10-point trades, if not more. So anyway, we'll talk about that in a second. Let's get with our range. Really about an 18-point range today. Yeah, we interesting, right? So when you look at the range, you notice that we have, we had our weekly low that we had set yesterday, and one thing that's happening this week is we've been taking out the low every day, right? If I let me take this out a bit so you can kind of see it. If you look at where our weekly high is, we're up here at 45. What's that? 45, 17, 75. Let me get rid of this alert. I don't need it anymore. So, we've dropped down. We're almost down 100 points this week. All right. And so that's a pretty good move down on the ES. All right. So if you were playing it that way this week, you can kind of see the trend, of course. It's literally just like this. All right. So if you're, doing something a little more long term, then that's where you kind of see that trend kind of play itself out. For our short term folks, notice something on the three, on the three sessions that we had, right? So you have the Asian or the ADR, right? You have the ODR, and then we have the RDR or just the DR session, right? And so notice how we're in this box basically, right, for since last night. So that's really a consolidation move. We didn't really break out of that consolidation until literally in the afternoon, like almost at 4 o'clock, and we had that drop, right? So, you pay attention to things like that, can kind of tell you kind of what's happening with price. So now, what I'm expecting is for us to keep going down a little bit because we had this consolidation. Now we're starting to expand to the downside, right? We have upside expansion and then we have downside expansion. So if you look a little, kind of broaden out the perspective a bit, you kind of see patterns like that. I think the last pattern we saw was kind of more that expansion pattern, right, going to the upside. So that's how we knew price was going to continue to move up. Strong suspicion that we'll be going down a little bit more in price. So again, that's a bias that it could play itself out or it could change. Okay, so hopefully that helped somebody kind of see that when you look at it, look at the DR sessions that way. Excuse me. Okay, but let's talk about today really quick. Again, today was an easy day. I'm just going to be honest. If you've seen any of my videos and understand how DR really sets up and plays, then today would have been easy for you except for one trade. All right, and we'll talk about that one too, right? Because I'm not really sure how it played out for you. All right, so let me make this so everybody can see it. Okay, so let's talk. All right, 18 points. Now you had to be patient today. All right, straight up, you had to be patient. We did not confirm until afternoon, after like lunchtime, like after 12. Right, we confirmed probably 12:05 candle. Right, so the whole at 10:30 to after DR forms to 12, there was really nothing for you to do. There was movement, there was action, but really nothing for you to do if you're doing a DR type of trade. Now, I did not have a bias today this morning because if you notice that we had this move up, but then we had this kind of, well, not that far, but you guys get the point. We had this move up and then that kind of, V pattern at the end. So really no straight down or straight up move for me to say, yep, I'm confident we're going to go either direction. All right. So was kind of neutral in the bias today, and which kind of goes in play with the fact that we were in that consolidation, kind of structure since last night. All right, so when we do confirm, okay, 12 o'clock, come back down. Now here's first trade. Okay, first trade is right here. All right, we come down, we retrace back up, just barely. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, it's just barely. You had to catch it, right? And so, order there on the DR low, which is literally right at the weekly low, or the former weekly low, which we actually took out. We actually took that out in the morning. We took that over here, so I shouldn't be there. But again, I wasn't really looking at my charts today as far as that goes. I was just kind of jumping in, jumping out. But anyway, regardless, that's our first move is here. So that's at 44, 47, and we took this all the way down to, if you just followed along, that went down to 35, maybe 44, 35. So 10, 12 points, easy. All right, easy 5 points there. No issues about that at all, if not more. Okay, a little patience, and you let it kind of play itself out. All right, so that's the first move. We come back up again. All right, second move, same thing. Now this time we actually went up above the IDR low, which is only a quarter point difference, but every little quarter point helps. And so what you'll see is, we went up, right? Order on the order on the IDR. Let me fix that. Order on the IDR low, gets picked up, comes down again, and now we're looking pretty much at the same, 10, 12, however many points that is. If you held it, went all the way down to 32 from, say 48, that's actually a point difference. So it might make a little difference. So 48, 32, was that 16? So that's 3-to-1 trade if you're looking at your risk to reward. So that's the second one, right? Again, easy. And I don't say that to be sarcastic about it. I'm just saying it is, if you follow the rules, it's an easy trade, right? Because you're mechanical about it. You're not trying to figure out, oh, let me think, what could it do? Should it do that? No, you see the movement, right? That's what we talk about all the time. You see the movement, you take the trade, right? One or two things is going to happen. It's going to either work for you or it's going to work against you. And my philosophy is, if it's going to work for me the majority of the time, and you guys have seen these recaps for months now, majority of the time this is going to work in some extent, right, for us. Okay, so you trust the process. I can't say it enough. I just trust the process. I really don't have time. You can always say I'm always saying I'm busy. I got this meeting, got this going on. I don't really have time to be that specific about, I'm looking for this particular thing to happen, and then I'm going to make this out, right? My particular thing is, did it confirm? Did it retrace? And on the retrace, do I have someplace on my ladder where that I can actually put my order, and then I can just watch it, or I can walk away, right? Because at the end of it, I know what's going to happen. Either I'm going to make profit, or I'm going to lose, some profit. Okay, the goal is to make more than you lose. If this is a strategy that again works for me, so because I just don't have time to really be that dedicated to understanding every little nuance on some of these price movements. I understand price action. I know what it should happen. I know what should happen with this strategy. So I just go with that. All right. So that's my soapbox for tonight. And a lot of times people say, "Oh, how do you trust it so much?" Because I do. Again, I have no other choice. Right. That's my strategy. This is what I came up with that works for me. And if it works 70, 80% of the time, I'm doing just fine with that. All right. Anyway, so all right, let's jump into the third. So that's one here. That's two there. Now the third one's a little bit trickier. So it could be 3 or 4, just based on how you played it. I actually got in on if I look at it this way, the fourth trade. But let's talk about this one, right? So we take our profit off this number 2 trade. Price comes back up again, goes up above the IDR low. So orders here. Now that second green candle is what I'm saying is tricky, right? Because one or two things have happened in this one, right? So if I would have taken a trade here and gotten picked up, then if price comes down, that's down about 3 points from that move. So, I could have scalped it, right, if I was paying attention, or I could have let it play out if I'm, doing, like I said, a set and forget. And in that case, I likely would have gotten stopped out. I mean, I know I would have been stopped out 'cause that's more than 5 points up here going that way. Okay. So you take that trade, that's one. And it's just this doji candle right here that causes the confusion because it doesn't really give you a direction, and it, kind of does both, right? It comes down, goes back up, and it kind of stops in the middle. But, if you were in that trade and you were up here, this next candle would have taken you out for sure, all right? Because that candle, kind of opened where that doji was and it just moved up, right? So again, part of the game, right? So if you took that trade and you took a loss on it, then okay, let's move to the next one. Because, our friends at the market come back and do something very nice for us. They start bringing price back down. And this is now almost 3 o'clock, right? So order here on IDR low, okay? And then boom. Can't get much simpler than that, all right? So 1 easy, 2 easy, let's say 3 not so easy, 4 very easy. And again, this was let's see, 44, let's say 48. And if you were holding it that long, you got down to like 20, 22, something like that. So I don't know, you guys do the math on that. I'm pretty good at math, so that seems like that's a lot, right? That seems like almost like 26 points if I'm doing math correctly, which I'm pretty sure I am. All right, so that's it, guys. 4 trades. Not hard today. And I'll keep saying that because I want you to start trusting yourself, right? If you look at this and say, again, how does it keep doing that? Trust yourself, all right? Don't trust me. Trust yourself. Trust your strategy. Trust the way you have decided that you want to trade this market, all right? All right, so that's it. Like I said, 3 to 4 trades today. Majority of them, of course, were successful. So, all right, hope this helps. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tell your friend to tell a friend. And, hug on your loved ones, love on your loved ones. You never know when you won't be able to do that anymore. So take advantage of it today. All right. Love y'all. Appreciate you. We'll talk to you later. Peace.